I think this is potentially the most heartfelt video I've made in a long time. And this is for you who has been feeling like you're repeating cycles, you're losing yourself, you're wanting more, but it's just not there yet. And you know you're meant for more, but it's just not in your reach. And you tend to go back into feeling despair, suffering, coping, meeting the same people that are not elevating your opinion of you or your life. Because one, you were never meant to outsource your self-love like that. And two, these people are just not equipped to give you the love that you need to give yourself. When we accept who we are, it's funny because that's when we start to change without even trying. And I know you've been feeling like something needs to change and it can't remain the same anymore, but how you are so used to the situation you're in that it feels challenging to even think of a way to exit because you're used to it and it feels difficult and hard and painful. And then you say that you love the pain, but the level at which you feel anything is the level at which you can feel everything. And you deserve more than the pain, I promise. I know this is deep for no reason, but you deserve more than the pain. You are about to find so many great answers in the parts of yourself that you forgot about for so long. Of course you did mistakes. We all did. But through everything that made you feel embarrassed or not enough or shy or that you felt like you had to compensate for, there were so many great pieces and elements of yourself here and there that you didn't really get to see back then because you were so in the moment. And then you are so in another moment of trying to reinvent yourself and rebuild yourself. And I don't think you've seen how much you've done from an outside perspective. And I'm so excited to see what is it that you find in this old version of yourself. That despite their mistakes, they had some great elements. They had some great parts of them. And that now you're wanting to bring everything together. Perhaps leave some that doesn't really serve you anymore, but bring back some things that ultimately were always meant to be a part of you. And we can resist who we are and think ourselves outside of our spirit and our soul. Perhaps there's an ideal way to exist and we already are so fixated on that our own story doesn't even matter anymore. Who we are to the core doesn't really matter anymore because we're always comparing it to the rational thought of what we should be. And it feels so good to feel you releasing judgment about your past self and finally understanding that you are the one consuming your own hatred and your own judgment towards yourself. And this is why it feels hard to root for yourself, to support yourself fully. You get busy and busier and you get more distracted, and then you kind of forget why is it that you are here. Almost becomes normal to just act, just perform, just do, and compare ourselves here and there, and trying to soothe by perhaps even outsourcing that acceptance towards other people and trying to get into relationships to fulfill a need that only you can truly heal and provide for. It's as if you've been the prisoner, but also the one who holds the key. And you're finally just giving yourself a chance at letting go of your own judgment. Because the more you hate yourself for something, the more you'll consume that energy and the more you will attract people that will want to repress you too. And you'll start to feel like this is really the right thing to do because everyone confirms around me what I'm feeling about myself. But meanwhile, you just needed to let go yourself to attract people that will really look out for you in a way that adds to the entire perfect person that you are for yourself right now at the stage that you can be. Because if there was anything more that you could do, you would be doing it right now. And the reality is that we want to add things before removing what has been on our shoulders. And that weight, that block, the way that your throat kind of hurts where you want to speak, but at the same time you're afraid. And then you're ashamed of being afraid, so you just dissociate from that all in all and forget it ever existed. And we go back to the drawing board of what is it that would be acceptable for me to do? And you've been denying yourself for so long. You've been denying yourself for so long of what you truly want and love and naturally gravitate towards. And it's not your fault. We all do it. And we're just not being raised in a society where it's valued to be your own person and root for it, despite maybe the differences across other people. There's a lot of feelings going around. I'm sure you can feel it, of shame and repression and judgment from people that feel that way. And this is why you're seeing it and you feel that it's real. It's because that's the pattern that you're in. That's the emotion that you're pushing on yourself, and people are confirming that. People are showing you the way that you think about yourself, how hard you've been on yourself, how judgmental you've been on yourself. And it's not to say that that was completely bad, because it brought you to the point that you are right now. But before maybe adding more novelty to the person that you're becoming, it just sounds like a great idea to bring back the best of what you were. And this is why people want to go back to being kids, low-key. I don't think it's because they want to live their life over again. And if so, I mean, that's pretty sad, because they are in the process of living a life and they already want to reset it and restart it before even completing this one. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. People want to go back to being kids because we feel so present. We are so naive and we discover everything with such pureness. And this is the approach that I want you to have when you look back at everything that made you you. All these moments where you really needed to love yourself and show up for yourself, but you outsourced that. You waited for someone to show you. You were looking into many people that were never equipped to show you what you deserved, to tell you and display you your worth or what you can achieve, or to make you feel a way that you were always meant to feel. You have to forgive yourself for taking other people's perception of you as your own and prioritizing their perception over your own. Knowing that they will never walk a day into your shoes, they will never do anything for you. Take a deep breath in, because I know that what I'm saying is so precise yet so vague that you can perfectly put your own experience on my words. And you're almost feeling like right now I'm just reading you like a freaking book. But the reality is that we are just the same. And your experience is the experience of a lot of other people. And when you work on yourself and you learn to accept and love yourself and to bring back your own sense of power, you are not just healing yourself, you are healing the world. That's how we change the world. And I'm so proud of you for bringing back, for going back before going forward. And I think a good way to know if it's time to dive back into the past is when we just don't feel inspired about the future anymore. And we can't really tap into that. Or we are trying to cosplay an idea of what we think we should be, because we dismiss what we really know we have to be. We remove the importance of it because it seems like it's not important to other people. But guess what? It's not important to other people. But it's not sad, it's actually a blessing, because then you can fail, you can try again, you can have fun, and it does not matter what people say, because you will feel fulfilled by pouring into your own cup. When you put yourself in situations that you know are hurtful for you, and you let people talk into your ear, and then suddenly you're stuck into issues that are so small in the comparison of life and your purpose, that all of your brain power goes there and there's nothing left anymore for you. But I just want to end this by saying you deserve it all. And when I say you deserve it all, it's the real version of you, the you that you know will be more challenging to put out there, because it feels more vulnerable. If you're more like yourself, then everything feels more personal, because you are being you, you are showing up for yourself. And it's gonna feel hard, but it's not gonna be difficult. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna have fun with it.